It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. What's happening? Geno Jones Showtime. Bam! Bam, bam, bam! So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my new start time. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Hello, Chicago. Stand up. I see you. I'm going to be talking about you in a minute. 4:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and everybody on the West Coast, the Geno Jones Show. Brought to you by CojoLLC.com, CojoLLC.com. If you're looking to buy a new home or you want to sell a home, Courtney Johnson, check her out. You in the Carolinas, so if you're in the Carolinas, 843 area code 543-4022. That's the 843 area code 543-4022. 843 area code 543-4022. Please tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. We're like 87 official count. 87 new subscribers are becoming a YouTube partner. That means that my media company and this channel right here, my YouTube channel, will become a YouTube partner. That means YouTube will monetize my media company and it will monetize my YouTube channel every month. So important that we support Black-owned media in every way with our views, clicks, comments, likes, and with our cash. All right, so you can support, if you like to support the show financially, you can Zelle or Cash App. You can Zelle, use my email address, GenoJonesShow@gmail. That's Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell Geno. Geno Jones Show at Gmail, or you can Cash App $Dad G Jones, all one word. $, capital D, lowercase a D, capital G, capital J, lowercase O-N-E-S, $Dad G Jones. All right, so let me shout out to the Chris Brown fans. The Breezy Bowl tour was in Houston tonight. No, it's tonight, yes. September 8th. So you might be en route. So shout out to Houston, Texas. Stand up. Chris Brown and the crew going to do their thing. I think Bryson Tiller is going to be on the show. And SZA is part of the tour. So then it'll be next Thursday night. The Breezy Bowl tour stops in Phoenix, Arizona. Then this weekend, I think Saturday and Sunday, out in Los Angeles, the SoFi Stadium where the Rams, Los Angeles Rams, actually I think the Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers play in SoFi Stadium. Speaking of football, Chicago Bears at home tonight, Monday Night Football. So this is the Chicago Bears season opener, regular season their regular season opener, their first game of the regular season, and they play Minnesota, the Minnesota Vikings, their first game of the regular season, and this is also the first home game for the Chicago Bears. So the weather's going to be kind of nice, like with the upper 60s, because come late December, early January, mid-January, you are not trying to be, because the Soldier Field is a stadium. They kind of revamped it a while ago, but it's still open. And it literally is sitting, like, when I say on the lake, I mean like the east side of the stadium. That wall is literally right on Lake Michigan. So that wind comes off the lake. It is nothing nice unless you like cold weather. So that's a real big thing. Oh, but hey, Rosalind, how are you? Thank you for tuning in tonight. Everybody else watching me live, thank you, thank you, thank you. Rosalind, do me a favor. Send a text out, something out, put it something on social media, let everybody know to come on. The Geno Jones Show is live. The monologue is going to be on fire, like it always is. But telling me that it's showtime. It's Geno Jones showtime, Rosalind. So let them know to come on over with you and everybody else, everybody else that's watching me right now live. Please jump in my chat room. The show is interactive. That means when I'm on camera live, if you got a question, If you got a comment, if you want me to shout you out, you got a birthday, or anniversary, you just want to shout out whatever it is, you want to start a conversation, join the conversation, get into a conversation with me, you can do all that live when I'm on camera. Just jump in my chat room like you see Rosalind Anderson. She said, hi, Geno. Hi, Rosalind. Hello. Thank you for watching. So come on in and let's get the party started. All right. So let me just jump right into my monologue. So Orange Hitler, who over the weekend put a post up on social media, I think, was it X, Twitter, or now they call it X, or it might have been on his bootleg. I think it was a both. He's got his own little bootleg version of Twitter, his own little bootleg version of a social media platform called Truth Social. Nothing, no, no truth. That's what it should be called. Stick to the lie social. It's my grandmother said, boy, you gonna stick to the lie, or no truth social. And it was so it was like this illustration of the city of Chicago on fire. You had these Black Hawk helicopters. I think it was like 4 of them, 3 or 4 in this illustration. And this character from the movie Apocalypse Now, and then they kind of remixed that and called it Shypocalypse Now. And he said, I love the smell of burning immigration, and Chicago's going to find out, they're going to find out what the Department of War, because he now calls the Department of Defense the Department of War. This dude is like a 5-year-old child. But unfortunately, he is the commander-in-chief. So he's dangerous, and he doesn't give a damn. And he's diminished mentally. He's delusional. He is in full dictator mode. So apparently, the ICE agents are out, moving around throughout Chicago. There was a picture on social media of, I believe, a marked ICE vehicle that was in front of what people who are not from Chicago call the Willis Tower. Even though there's some folks in Chicago that call it the Willis Tower, but old school fans and anybody probably at least 50 and up, 50 plus, 50, 55, 60 and up, it'll always be, and even some folks younger than that, it'll definitely, if you're 50 and up, and you're really from Chicago, not just moved there, it's always going to be the Sears Tower, because that's what it was when it was first built, the Sears Tower, and we will always call it the Sears Tower, kind of like we still will call the downtown Macy's store Marshall Fields. It's a Chicago thing, so if you're not from Chicago, you don't understand, don't try to figure it out, not at all. Hey, Rosalind said, blessed blessed evening to you and everyone. Thank you, Rosalind. All right, like I said, send a little post out for me on your social media. Let everybody know, see folks coming in. Let them know it's showtime, Geno Jones, showtime for Monday. So let me get back to the monologue. So apparently, you had Orange Hitler to put this very ominous, dangerous-looking post. So he was confronted about it, I believe, yesterday. First of all, he disrespected this brilliant black woman reporter named Yamiche Alcindor. Yamiche Alcindor. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's original name was Lou Alcindor. So Yamiche Alcindor, brilliant sister. And told her to basically stop talking. Like, shut up, stop talking. Woo! And he said, well, no one's going to declare war. Nobody's declaring war on Chicago. We're just trying to clean it up and all that little bullshit. Listen, he doesn't give a shit about Chicago or Los Angeles. This is all about power and racism and fear and intimidation. He does not give a shit about. How can this 34-time convicted felon like you really, who pardoned these domestic terrorists who stormed the nation's capital on January 6, 2021, and you now all of a sudden you care about crime, You care about crime? Oh, 5 people were shot in Chicago. Oh, it's Chicago. It's all race. Notice so far, the cities he sent the National Guard into, which he hasn't done yet in Chicago, Los Angeles and Washington, D.C., have a black woman mayor. So all the cities that he's targeted and he talks about, they have black mayors. Half of them at least have a black woman mayor. So you got Karen Bass in Los Angeles. He's mentioned Oakland. Oakland has a black woman mayor. She was in the U.S. House of Representatives. Her name escapes me, but it'll come to me. He's talked about Baltimore. They have a black man as mayor. Chicago, Mayor Brandon Johnson. Then we've got Washington, D.C., Mayor Muriel Bowser. So this dude is, and the racism, they don't even try to hide the racism. Not at all. And the Supreme Court today basically struck down a ruling from a federal court about L.A. that said, well, no, it's okay. Basically, it's okay for ICE agents to racially profile Latino, Hispanic brothers and sisters when they're doing these ICE raids. Okay? So that's the times that we're living in. So back to Chicago. So you have ICE agents, moving around, roaming around, somewhere lurking around, looking to basically go into neighborhoods, primarily Mexican-American neighborhoods like Pilsen, the Pilsen area, an area called Little Village, probably some areas on the north side, northwest side of Chicago, far south side of Chicago that borders Indiana, because the far southeast side of Chicago literally borders the state of Indiana. There's like a couple streets like Avenue O or whatever that on one side of the street is Chicago, the other, you cross the street, you're into Indiana, or you are in the state of Indiana. So that part, the far southeast side of Chicago, you have a significant Mexican population, Mexican-American population. So this is what I want to address the folks with the money. No, I'm talking about the folks with the real money. I want to talk to the CEOs and to the dudes on Wall Street. You've got traders, CEOs, Wall Street. You got traders on LaSalle Street. LaSalle Street is basically Chicago's version of Wall Street. Mr. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. You've got a giant Apple store right there in the heart of North Michigan Avenue. Phil Knight, CEO of Nike. You got a huge, giant Nike flagship store, kind of like what Apple has, right, literally in the heart of North Michigan Avenue, like right up the street from the Apple store. Saks Fifth Avenue, Burberry's, Nordstrom's, all of these big name stores. It's on North Michigan Avenue, 900 North Michigan Avenue, huge mall, the Water Tower Place Mall, where you've got all these fancy stores, big stores, Oak Street. Are you just gonna sit back and watch this? Watch a fascist? You just gonna watch this basically dictator take over a city and sick the military, first ICE, especially if you see National Guards. You're gonna see National Guards parading up and down North Michigan Avenue. Chicago Bears gotta have a game tonight. So I want to shout out the owners of the Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, Chicago Blackhawks. So you got the Bears, the Blackhawks, the Bulls, hockey team, Chicago Blackhawks, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, the McCaskey family that owns the Chicago Bears, Jerry and his son Michael Reinsdorf that owns the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago White Sox. The Ricketts family that owns the Chicago Cubs, the Wirtz family that owns the Chicago Blackhawks. Y'all good with this? You gonna be good with, when the Bulls start playing, Blackhawks preseason games will probably start, the end of this month? You're gonna have National Guard parading up and down Madison Avenue in front of the United Center where the Bulls and Blackhawks play. You're gonna have the National Guard out Soldier Field when the Bears have a home game. You're gonna send the National Guard up to Wrigley Field. You're gonna have the National Guard in front of where the Chicago White Sox play, their stadium. You all good with this? That's the question that needs to be answered. Because we know the people of Chicago, because why am I addressing the CEOs? Because this is going to be bad for business. And you see, he don't give a damn, but this is going to be bad for business for you. Phil Knight and Tim Cook, it's going to be bad for business all up and down North Michigan Avenue for the Apple store and for the Nike store and for Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus, as we called it, needless markup, and Burberry's and Nordstrom's and all the other malls with all these other fancy stores, Tiffany's, all of it. It's going to be bad for business. LaSalle Street, Wall Street, that's like your little brother. You gonna be good with this? Or you gonna get on the phone with your man? Come get your boy, get your people, get your man, call him up. Say, hey, listen, dude, if for no other reason, because he gonna mess with your money. Because if this gets out of hand, what's going to affect your money? Tim Cook, Phil Knight. It's going to affect your money, McCaskey family, Jerry and Michael Reinsdorf, the Ricketts family, the Wirtz family. Oh, if it gets out of hand, it is going to affect your money. Because I'm not even going to try to appeal to your humanity. I should, but I know most cases, billionaires trying to appeal to your humanity. In most cases, a lot of people would say, if you cared about humanity, you wouldn't even be a billionaire. But I'll put that aside. I'll put that over here. I'm not about to appeal to your humanity because I shouldn't have to do this. For you to see people being snatched off the street, to see a man that a lot of you all that I just named, CEO types, not only did you vote for him, Tim Cook, you've already been to the White House a couple times, basically kissing his ass. CEO of Nike. Yeah, I know you say, well, you're doing that because you want to protect the shareholders and the companies because he's vindictive. Man, Apple, you got almost as much money as God. Speaking because God didn't have money. God didn't need money. But the point I'm trying to make, yeah, put a tariff. He had the tariff on China. The majority of your iPhones are made in China, but you shifted production. Now he's got a tariff, 50% tariff on things coming from India, because apparently Apple, you were shifting a lot of your manufacturing of the iPhones. It don't matter. I'm still making money and gonna make money. Apple's not gonna lose money this year. Nike's not gonna lose money. They're not. But just because you may not make as much, you're not going to lose money to where you go out of business. You may make less, but just ask the folks at Target. The value of their company dropped because black folks boycotted it. But the CEOs, you all need to speak out, because this will eventually affect you, and he will eventually come for you, because he's already come for some of you all already. Some of you all just kissed his ass. He didn't have to come for you, but you've got power. You've got a whole lot of power. And if you all came together, but a lot of you all share the same racist, misogynist, sexist ideology, and I'm going to talk about this white Christian nationalism, this white Christian racist, or this extremely racist of white Christianity is being called white Christian nationalism or white nationalism. I got a whole monologue about that tomorrow. Talk about these fake Christians that's weaponized religion to promote and engage in extreme racism and sexism. But that's not new because it's always been offshoot of Christianity. Talked about, well, you know, we're the sons and daughters. There was a U.S. senator. I'm going to get into his ass tomorrow. U.S. senator from Missouri, Mr. Senator Schmidt. Talked about the white people in America, the white Christians. We are the sons and daughters of Christian pilgrims from Europe. And we are the true Americans. And these other people that have come over as immigrants, they're not real Americans. Our parents, our great-grandparents, who were the pilgrims, white Christian pilgrims, they're the one that founded and built this country, which is bullshit because the pilgrims lazy ass couldn't either build shit or grow shit, which is why they brought our enslaved ancestors here from Africa. I digress. That's going to be my monologue tomorrow. So I'm really going to get into the ass and call out that this growing version, and it's always been there, this racist version of Christianity, white Christian nationalism. This is about as sexist and misogynist as it is racist. But they'll come for each other eventually. So these ICE raids, they're coming for Latino brothers and sisters. But oh, beware. Beware. Asian Americans, Native Americans, Black Americans, my brothers and sisters. I know you say, well, you know, the Hispanics and Latinos, the men especially, they didn't support Kamala Harris and they was voting for Donald Trump and now they complaining. Yeah, that's true. But the Hispanic brothers and sisters are the test case. Because they come for black folks next. Asian Americans, Native Americans, and even to you poor and working class, even you racist red MAGA hat wearing cult members, yes, he will eventually come for you too. Because he didn't give a shit. He and his billionaire crew, they think less of you than they do black people. And that's a fact. They look at you like, what's your problem? You're a white man, so how come you don't have money? You must be a peasant, unintelligent. But this dude in the White House can't talk about it. He's the most ignorant dumbass, the most ignorant, immoral, illiterate president. Y'all talking about George W. Bush supposedly wasn't smart. Man, George W. Bush will make Orange Hitler look like, or Orange Hitler will make George W. Bush look like Einstein. Please. So what are you going to do? CEOs, everybody. We can do something. I talked about it. A lot of people have been standing in the breach. I've seen Chicago was like, there was huge. I saw a video of the protest. I mean, it looked like at least 100,000 or more. Over 100,000 people that was in and near downtown. Just waves of people. This fascist regime, this fascist mentality, fascism is here. And many people like myself, we tried to warn people, but it's here now. So what do we do about it? We come together. Because eventually a fascist will come for everybody. Even the people that look like them, the people that worship them, the people that's in the fascist cult. These cult members don't know they were Jim Jones, who killed almost 1,000 people, had them kill themselves drinking cyanide. black, white, Latino, Asian, he coward ass killed himself. They will come for their cult members eventually when they feel the walls closing in. And Owen Hitler already feels the walls coming in because the Democrats in the House of Representatives, they received this birthday book that you've been hearing a lot of talk about from the Epstein estate and the family of Jeffrey Epstein. I think they got it from, if I'm correct, I want to make sure I'm being accurate. But I think the Jeffrey Epstein family estate has turned this and some other material, but this birthday book with this illustration of Donald Trump, and it's talking about, oh, we got these beautiful secrets and some other crazy, juvenile 5th grade writings. It's on there, and he signed his name, his first name only, right in the pubic hair area of this supposed woman, where he drew like these little lumps, supposedly for breast. This was a grown ass man in the 90s, so he was at least 50 plus, like he was in 5th grade. So, all right, the Geno Jones Show, brought to you by CojoLLC.com, CojoLLC.com. If you live in the Carolinas and you're looking to buy or sell a home, reach out to my people, Courtney Johnson, Courtney's Corner. She'll be here on Thursday. Like I said, if you're looking to buy a home, looking to buy or sell a home, or if you want some information about commercial insurance. So if you are a business, especially if you got a pretty big business, she's an expert in terms of insurance for your business. So we'll be talking about all that Thursday. She returns. Courtney's Corner returns on Thursday. But once again, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Carolinas, South or North or South Carolina, 843-543-4022. 843 is the area code. 543-4022. 843-543-4022. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. Kel be cutting up. That's how you can find him on Instagram, KELBECUTTINUP. Kel be cutting up. Yes, he does. And shout out to Allie Jones. She's the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. We'll see you. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Hello, once again, shout out to my my number one fan, my executive producer, my mom. Hello there, mother. It's okay. I got to give you two things. Once again, call to action. We are about 87 new subscribers, Rosalind. Put the word out there, Rosalind, and everybody else. Only 87 new subscribers are becoming a YouTube partner, which means my media company will be monetized by YouTube. It'll monetize this YouTube channel and my media company. So thank you in advance. Once again, tell everybody to subscribe to the channel. You can rip some of the video, make it go viral. Please share this in every episode. Leave your comments in the comment section. Please click on the like, the thumbs up. And whatever comments you have, please leave your comments in my comment section below. You can do that right now. And don't forget, when you're watching me live, like Rosalind Anderson and my mom, Mary Dixon, and everybody else, when I'm on camera live, the show is interactive. I have a live chat room. Feel free to join the conversation, start a conversation. Maybe you want to have one with me. We can do that too. Thank you, everybody. I love you. We'll see you live Tuesday. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm about to say Thursday. Tuesday, the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 4:30 p.m. out live in Los Angeles and Las Vegas out on the West Coast. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.